Welcome to your seventh episode of Home Alone. We've managed to get, I think, probably 20 pages into the script. It's been 4 days since we recorded the first one, and it just wore me out so much that we're back now to try it again. We're trying to get this out before Christmas and the holidays. Happy Hanukkah to everybody out there.
Wait, Christmas 2023 or Christmas 2020?
By the way, this is going to be out in 2024. We're hoping the remake is exactly like this. This is kind of like a cool time machine because when we first started, I think in the first hour, we talked about Annabelle's holiday parade with her horse. It's actually now past the holiday parade. Annabelle, do you want to tell us how that went?
It did not go at all. I ended up not doing it.
Wait, what the fuck were you? I thought I saw a picture with you on your horse. I thought it was didn't you yesterday?
That was yes, it was yesterday. I did not attend. They did not pay me my full appearance fee, and I'm sorry, I'm not just going to show up just for free.
Wait, you charge an appearance fee?
I'm sorry. Do you think Miss Teen Clearwater, Florida, 2007 just shows up for free places?
Isn't that what the OnlyFans is for? Like, what? I mean, wait. So there was a last minute discrepancy with the holiday pay?
Yeah. And I'm just like, listen, I can't trust your Bitcoin with everything going on right now. You know, like I just,
Aiken, Georgia is run by Bitcoin.
Okay. Well, it's Aiken, South Carolina.
I mean, it's close, right?
Yeah. It's all the same thing.
Yeah.
No, obviously I don't do an appearance fee. You know how I feel about charity. I'm very for it.
Wait, so what happened yesterday?
I don't want to be that person who psychologically blames everything on their mother. But just like some stuff.
The one that we established you killed in the basement on the first 3 episodes of this? Wait, is she in your head again? Annabelle, you'll never succeed at the holiday show. You'll never succeed. You'll never succeed at the holiday parade in Aiken, Carolina.
So, yeah, I did end up smothering the corpse, and so it just took so much time that I'm just kidding. I love you, Nancy. This is like one of the only podcasts she'll listen to. So
I love your mom. That's why I'm that's why I'm already agreeing with your mom. Whatever happened yesterday.
I love Nancy deeply. No, it just didn't work out like with the whole situation. But I did go to anyway, I know this is very boring. I did go to the Christmas hunt though.
By the way, we're 4 hours into this. We're way beyond very boring.
I know. Ryan
don't even worry.
Cut out 3 hours.
Don't even worry. Hey, no. By the way, there's going to be no cutting out. All of this.
No, if you go to my Instagram, you will see that I did part of the morning. I didn't do the parade thing. So that charity is just going to have to wait till next year.
You know, I watched the Meghan Markle documentary, and you remind me a lot of her with a lot of, your appearances and things like that.
Thank you for thinking that I could have been an actress on Suits. That means
that's right. Well, okay. So you did go to a holiday party though, right?
Yes, I did go to a holiday party. Obviously, we absolutely killed it. I was very, very proud of.
Wait, did you say you killed it at a party? You just had to show up. What do you mean you killed it at a party?
Yeah, when I showed up, obviously
I dressed, I showered.
When I say killed at the party, people were really wishing, we're really dying at it. No,
I killed at the party. Is that what you said? Like, is this more of your death wish? You're.
Yeah. You know what? I don't know if this is going to come out before my manifesto is published on the internet. But yes, I did kill at that party. Drago and I showed up. We had the best outfit. I'm very, very proud of myself. So I know that nobody cares about this, but I did post a picture.
You showed up with Drago at was Drago invited to the party?
Yeah, it was like a Christmas day.
Okay, I thought it was in somebody's house, and I was like, that just seems so.
No, you think that somebody's going to be insane enough to invite me to their house? No, absolutely not. And no, it's a public gathering.
Yeah, I like that it wasn't insane enough to bring Drago to a house. You're like, no, I do that.
No, yeah, I think people would invite my 1,900-pound horse into the party before I
Oh my
would.
God, TLC, did you hear that? That's the sound of your new show, My 1,900-Pound Horse.
But no.
By the way, I truly think Annabelle with her horse would make an amazing reality series on TLC. No, for real. Don't you think that would be amazing? And they could show like, successful career in Los Angeles. She moves back home with her parents over COVID, and now she works on and by the way, did you send me your address? You didn't send me your address yet, did you?
Oh no, it's 215.
No,
Philly
don't say it on
Drive.
the show. No, I don't want to edit.
If anybody, if anyone wants to send me any fan mail of Miss Teen Clearwater 2007.
Wait, let me actually.
No, you don't have to edit that out. Like, who's going to do something with my address besides?
Okay, what's your address?
Put it
What's your
on
address? Really, I'm sending Maritza. I'm sending
215 Philly Drive.
PHILLY.
Yes. No. Oh no. Sorry. FILLY.
Wow.
And
that's Aiken, South Carolina.
29803.
Carolina 29803.
Yes.
Okay, cops, go get her.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
You got direct location. You got direct location. Are you going to be there in the next week? I don't know when this is going to come out exactly, but it will be.
I was going to say, I do need to know exactly when this is going to come out because I do need to.
Well, this is going to be Tuesday through Friday at the rate we're going. So you're going to be on a full week next week.
You know what? I may have just pled guilty by then. What did you do? I'm gonna ask for all of Nancy's life savings to hire an attorney, and then keep saying my innocence until the absolute last minute. Then I'm gonna cop a plea.
Just like little Kevin McAllister in Home Alone.
I was gonna say, I'm so sorry. I'm just so distracted by your nipples, which I know that most guests say.
By the way, if you're just listening, you don't understand what she means by that. I'm completely naked. No, I'm wearing the shirt I wore at the Patreon holiday party last week, and it's this is the shirt that I was talking about, where it was like, I was talking about on the show. I was like, damn, like I wish this was my body so bad. Like it's like a sweater that's open, and it's like some guy's ripped abs with like a holiday tie over it, and I'm like, when I look at it, I'm like, this is what I meant to look like. Like this is awesome. Like I wish they carried this in just different dress styles. Like Old Navy, like an Old Navy button down. Like if that was just open on the side so you knew it was me. Like this, you can't believe because it's like a holiday sweater. But if they had this otherwise, I'd wear this in shirt. I'd wear this in photos. You really wish your nipples were like that aggressive in person. Yes. Yeah. 100%.
They're it's like somebody just did like the showgirl scene when he was like, I'm erect. Why aren't you erect? And gave you like that ice cube. They're cutting through. They're like 3D. They're cutting through.
That's amazing. That's what you want with a good nipple. I think you want it to cut glass.
It's so bad. It's so bad. It's not good.
By the way, if I looked like this, I would never have a podcast. I would have never had a podcast. There would have been a whole different career for me somewhere.
Yeah, doing fucking ice sculptures with your
by the way,
so dude, intense.
Speaking of holidays, you know how I get Google alerts for my name because I like to, I'm a narcissist and I like to see my name pop up places. But in this last year, like a year and a half ago, I started noticing there was another Ryan Bailey on the scene, and I've talked about this. He's a gay porn star that mainly does like he's really known for his ass work, like
okay.
And so like he started popping up too. And I'd be like, what? And like, and then like in the last 6 months, this guy is crushing it. Like he is like, I'll have 1 or 2 mentions in the Google alert and he'll have like 10. And it's always like, that's so not fair to people like me that have been at this longer than this dude. And this guy is like prolific. He's doing like 10 butt scenes a day from like Google alert, what it says. And I'm like, Dude, that's so fucked, because if somebody looks me up, there was a Ryan Bailey, a soccer player, which was like, he was already successful. And then I think I moved up a couple slots because there was like a Ryan Bailey singer and like a restaurateur. But I think I was like almost close to the soccer player. And then this gay porn star comes on the scene and he's crushing it. Like, I almost think he's the best Ryan Bailey of the bunch. And like it really frustrates me though, because when you see the Google alert, there's this thing like a residual check from SAG where you're like, big money, big money. And so when I open those emails up, I hope that one day it's going to be like Ryan Bailey signed to a mega podcast deal that I don't know about yet. And and instead it's like Ryan Bailey takes all 10 inches. Ryan Bailey eats this, like, and it's like the guy is like, I'm saying he's good at what he does, obviously. So it's like, I'm not making fun of the gay porn aspect of this. I'm just making fun of like, this guy needs to slow it down, because like, I feel like he's burning. People worry about me burning out. I'm worried about this guy burning out or getting like an anal fissure or something, because it's like every day there's like 10 more pop-ups.
Can you imagine? I think probably the biggest thing that like hurts his ass is that when he gets Google alerts, it comes up as you. And
well, I wonder if he's ever been congratulated for the podcast.
I worked so hard, and I'm compared to this guy who taped up his penis unsuccessfully.
This is the best mistaken identity,
and didn't even get paid for it. Are you serious? Like he's probably so upset.
Well, should I have the gay porn star Ryan Bailey on to
talk about an appearance fee? You think you can?
Yeah. Should I mean, like, would anybody be interested? I mean, is that too far? Is that too? But I mean, I want to know what other, because sometimes it's good.
You're like, do you think it's too far? Do you think, I mean, it might be too personal for him. You know how like Julia.
The only reason I bring this,
she's like, I don't kiss on the mouth. It's too personal. You think somebody?
The only reason I bring this up is Home Alone 2. There's a very similar plot line to what I'm just saying about a gay porn star on Google Alerts. So
was he?
That's not true. That's not true.
Oh, I was going to say, I'm like, now I'm interested in, because I feel like Leonardo DiCaprio.
I feel like we're warm.
At first you had my attention and now you have my interest.
You guys, I'm so sorry. I feel like we're warming up and you guys have already warmed up because you've heard the first 3 hours of this. So you're like, oh, good. They took a whole nother break from the movie again. That's amazing.
We're doing, it's like the, I guess, YouTube version and podcast version of like fucking Your Hero, one of my nemesis.
Oh, Gerard Depardieu and
no, I'm a fan of anyone.
That's my father, the hero.
Who pees on an airplane? Didn't he? Sharpie?
Wait, what's Your Hero?
No, my nemesis, Your Hero, fucking James Cameron, where you have to have like back in the day, you had to have like 3 sets of his movies.
Yeah, Titanic. Yeah, Titanic.
Did you just run out and see his latest fucking?
No, I don't have. I mean, like, listen, I would see it, but I don't have like 3.5 hours to devote to going to the theater. But I do. I said to Maritza the other day, I said I want to see it.
All 3.5 hours to me.
By the way, after we recorded our first part, I said, well, I guess I'm shot for the week. Like, I was like, I can't go out and do anything else now.
It takes the other Ryan Bailey. He has a much quicker like rebound time with one of his co-stars than you do.
The thing with gay Ryan Bailey, porn star, is that his ass can like continually take a pounding and my voice will get shot. So like after we did it the other, I was like, I gotta stop. My voice is like shot and it's never fully recovered since Wednesday. It gets sore. Ryan Bailey, the gay porn star.
It's your choice to scream into a pillow after. I'm not making you do that. That is a personal choice of yours.
Anywho, if you're watching this on YouTube, you'll get to see the nipples. I am trying to eke into the other Ryan Bailey's territory, just a tad.
Did you notice?
And Annabelle's in Annabelle's full makeup, full hair, and she's in a what looks like a Christmas jumper.
When he says full hair, I'm wearing a banana clip from, who am I wearing? I'm wearing Walgreens on my head, and I'm wearing a sock monkey onesie from Kmart. May it RIP.
That looks like though, but you look all done up and stuff. Are you got big plans tonight?
I do have plans. Basically any plans I do are big.
Yeah.
Yes, I am going to my friend's birthday party after.
Wow.
But,
you a friend.
I just I thought I would dress it up for you, and wear something that was actually dry. Since last week I wore
Oh yeah, remember she was in moist clothing
sweatshirt,
for like she was wearing.
and it's good enough, it's fine when it's, the girl from Flashdance wearing a wet sweatshirt, but God forbid I wear one.
At no
And
point did we pour an
Ashley
ice bucket over
Ryan
you.
Bailey. So yeah, am I wearing something that's clean? Am I wearing something that's holiday related?
I think it's okay that these are so crazy and so not on focus, because I think as you get closer to the holidays, that's what the holidays are like with your family, is that it's really crazy and unfocused. So I think you can escape to this and really just kind of relax and say, these people are obviously losing their minds. When you listen to other movie podcasts, Annabelle, do they stay on topic or do they go wild tangents? You're obsessed with that one movie podcast.
I am. I'm obsessed with.
What do they shout
I
about?
need to see if he was. No, they stay pretty on. I mean, I am.
Oh, and you're a fan of theirs, and they stay on point.
Yeah, they stay on point, and I'm also subscribed to the highest level of their Patreon of We Hate Movies. I am obsessed with them. They are my.
She really is obsessed with them.
Ryan, when I visited him,
I was like, "What?"
Them, and he goes, "Stop it! I cannot hear you talk about them anymore. I don't care." And God,
I was like, these must be four really cool dudes, and they probably are in terms of how they talk. But then, she showed me all their pictures and all that.
Oh no!
Got a rogue curl.
Everyone will understand. Oh God, no! Now it looks like a side mold. No, people will understand, when you have like a messy bun and you're like, okay, this messy bun looks okay, but I can like make it better. And then the new messy bun looks worse than the original. And you wish you could just go back to the other. See, it's my fault for showing off my banana clip. Like,
okay.
Like I'm
now that's over.
I am Meghan Markle.
We're going to jump back to the movie. Now, where we left off, you guys, this horrible mom and dad just realized they left their son back in Chicago, and there is two burglars, Marv and Harry, Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern, that are after this little this row of houses. But little Macaulay Culkin, Kevin McAllister, is at the home alone, and he is so dumb that he thinks he wished his parents away, so he thinks it's his fault. So like years of therapy will happen after this. But where we leave off is they're on the plane. They're going to have to land in France originally, and then Catherine O'Hara is going to try to get back to get to her son that she totally abused already. And so now we pick back up where we're back on the street with the house, and Harry and Marv are out there in the van. And he's like, 5 families gone on one block alone. They all told me from their own mouths. And Marv's like, it's too easy, Harry. He goes, check it out. All the houses with nobody home have automatic timers on their lights, but I got it all figured out. Watch this. Number 664. Boom. And we see the lights go on for every number it's real. And then he goes, and that's the one, Marvin. That's the silver tuna. And Marv goes, it's very G. And he goes, very G, huh? It's loaded. It's got lots of top flight goods, stereos, VCRs, probably looking at some very fine jewelry, possibly cash hoard, odd marketable securities. Who knows? It's a gym. Grab your crowbar. And then they dink crowbars like it's champagne glasses. Also, odd market securities is such a great line. Odd marketable securities.
Is that like...
Isn't that like stocks and bonds securities? Odd marketable securities?
I don't know, but if it was like stocks, how would it be there to steal?
I don't know. That's why I think it's such an interesting line. It goes kind of funny of like TVs, VCRs, goods and sundries, like it's all of a sudden just like raisins, like
fresh market. Like
it's all of a sudden just like something I think a little, maybe I'm not understanding. I just thought it was like a funny little throw in there of like two idiots, And,
the things I would be excited about to steal would probably be, not like the biggest priorities for like other people.
My buddy Andrew used to keep like, went through like a gold phase where he would get like buy gold and then he would hide it under his bed. Yeah.
Like a cash for gold situation?
Not a cash for gold. This is before cash for gold was even a thing. This is like 15 years ago. He was just like, put all your money in gold kind of a thing, like that will never devalue.
Well, he was very, very
this
smart.
Was pre-QAnon and all that stuff. This is pre. the world going completely more batshit.
I mean, him and Mr. T were right on track. Gold is where to put your money.
I bet you've met Mr. T. You seem like the kind of person
I
that would met
wish.
Mr. T.
That is still on the vision board every year.
No joke. I would love to meet Mr. T. Like I have in fact, this is so embarrassing. We go off again. If Joe Pesci broke into my storage unit, I have
I cannot imagine.
You guys, I have Mr. T's album, the Mr. T Commandments, framed, and I also have a Mr. T toy head, which now that I think about is kind of potentially racist. Like it was like I got it in Chicago.
Well, were you wearing the head? Did you wear it?
No, I got it in Chicago like a thrift store like 15 years ago, and it was like a thrift store find. It was like a toy from Mr. T's cartoon, and it was like a toy Mr. T head. And then I just realized it was me and my buddy Dusty walking down the street, and I'm carrying Mr. T's head. It wasn't bagged up or anything like that. I was like, why didn't I get a bag? Like it was I'm just like this portly dude just walking down the street with a Mr. T head. You know,
you don't want to hide that in a bag. You don't want to hide that in a box. Like
you got to understand,
like
shit like that makes me so happy. It's like if I had the Lionel Richie head. I have always talked about it in that video, Hello, where the girl falls in love
blind and the girl's
the girl's blind.
The girl's blind and she's doing a sculpture.
She's an artist and she feels his face and she makes a clay bust of Lionel Richie's face with like the mustache. And it is something that like, if this is why I should never have money, because if I had money, I don't think it's actually out there anymore. I think they destroyed it, but I would hire an artist to remake it. Like I want it like specifically made exactly like in the music video. And then I would display it as my big Lionel Richie head.
I guarantee you can find it on Etsy. I guarantee you. I like that you're acting like there's no way I'd be able to afford it. Like it's fucking like the Tyrannosaurus Rex head that's in Leonardo DiCaprio's house. Like it's full, like the full dinosaur.
I bet Leo DiCaprio. I bet Drake has a big old Lionel Richie head at his place. I bet I'd
honestly be more impressed if I got to see a T-Rex head than his necklace of would-be engagement.
Dude, it's 42. I told you guys about this on the show this week. This 42 diamond ring, and like he for one diamond for each time he was going to propose or wanted to propose. And I was like, dude, now you're like getting corny. It's like it's starting to get Bethany Frankel a little bit with Drake for me, where it's like, why this much? Like, why this much, man?
I would love it if you got a Pandora bracelet and got a charm for each girl.
That's what I said. I'm going to do this with puka shells. One puka shell for each girl that I didn't do anything with. Yeah. So
the ocean is just empty. There's no hermit
eat your heart out. Other movie
hermit crabs are forever homeless. You've taken every fucking shell.
Oh goodness. Anyways, these
you
criminals.
You seem like a hermit crab owner. Did you ever own a hermit crab?
No, I don't think I could have taken care of that. I can barely shower most days. It's
like a hermit crab is too much responsibility.
Yeah. You know who could is that gay porn star Ryan Bailey. That guy probably has hermit crabs.
I bet he kept his Tamagotchis alive for months.
Okay, so Marv and Harry go up to Kevin's house and they see a light on in the basement and they're like, hey, Harry, I thought you said they were gone. He's like, they were supposed to leave this morning. And Marv's like, let's get out of here. And we cut to Kevin under the bed and he's like, oh shit.
He's doing Liam Neeson's daughter in Paris.
All this good Taken callback. Wow.
It's one of the few movies I've seen, and that's the biggest horror movie I've seen.
I will never figure out what you see and what you don't. And by the way, what did you fucking post on Facebook the other day that you were like, oh, this Beauty and the Beast remake is trash? And I'm like, you rushed out to see the Beauty and the Beast remake?
No, it was live on ABC. It should have been like a sci-fi, that was Sharknado. Looks like Jaws. Compared to it was an abomination of God. Like it was disgusting. Like everybody knows how I feel about Disney live remakes. I just think they're wrong.
I don't think everybody knows.
They're unnatural. I think I
think everybody knows.
Everybody reads my weekly blog.
Wait, do you have a blog? Do you have a Substack?
No. No. Thank you for thinking I could keep up with anything weekly. Can't even keep up with weekly laundry, hence the Kmart monkey suit. But I absolutely hate Disney live remakes. I think
Why do you watch them? Why do you watch them?
Morbid curiosity. It's like how white people, like why you look at, like car wrecks. Like you don't really look at
that's
people
specific to white people. That's specific to white people. Only white people do that.
When did I say only white people do that?
I thought you said it's like white people watching car wrecks.
No, I said no. Yeah, that's a strictly Caucasian thing.
That's what did you say?
No, I said that's why.
Oh, that's white. I think you said that's white. I was like, what does that have to do?
Because that's all you want to hear, Ryan. You just want to hear about white people.
Hey, oh my
and God. His nipples get harder.
Oh my God.
Oh, are you writing
that? By the way, if you're on YouTube,
you're going to edit out the truth.
A huge thing shoot up. Yeah. Sorry.
No, that's because it's out of morbid curiosity. I've seen clips. I did watch the live remake of like the Emma Watson one, the Beauty and the Beast, where it had fucking it had a time machine. I was like, how disgusting. But anyway, this had Josh Groban, who I adore. It had her playing Belle, and I felt like very out of touch that I did not know who she was. But it was like
the musician, her. I thought, okay, yeah.
Half animation, half live action, and it was when I saw the Beast, I saw the Broadway production of Beauty and the Beast 3 times in 1 week. It was the first Broadway play I ever saw, and I got addicted to it, and it was amazing. And I saw
how old were you?
This was when I was Broadway bound 417 at AOL.com. So 13.
Oh, okay. That's good. That's fine. You say your original AOL name was Broadway. Your original AOL name was Broadway Bound?
No, my original AOL name, AOL screen name was Pony Bell 417 at AOL.com. And then it was Broadway.
What did you switch? Did you eventually go Podcast Bound? Did you keep switching job things?
No, because it's just height of success at AOL.com was already taken.
When did you realize you weren't Broadway bound?
Apparently right now, you tell it to me. When you say it.
Would you give us a contemporary selection of anything that you'd like to sing right now? Do you want to do a little Be Our Guest? Be Our Guest. Is that how it goes?
I have my Venmo open if you would like to. I'm not going to do this for free, Ryan. I wouldn't even do the Charity Aiken parade. The Beauty and the Beast, what they did for the High School Musical, literally high schools do the production of Beauty and the Beast. It is not that hard to do, to get that makeup and costume. ABC Family, which ABC is a Disney owned product. So there's no excuse. The Beast costume for Josh Groban is, I said, it's an abomination. It is I felt personally.
So is this so bad it's good? Is this hysterical?
No, it was so bad. It was terrible. It was so bad. It is like a bad fever dream.
But you watched the whole thing.
That costume is
hate watching epidemic. We have a hate watching epidemic in this country that we watch things that we hate, including myself. And if we really, I watched the Sherry Papini story last night, and I don't even know
who she is. Who is that?
She was a girl that kind of did the Gone Girl. She was married with 2 kids, and all of a sudden she disappeared. And then she turned up 29 days later and said 2 Hispanic ladies had kidnapped her for human trafficking, and she was branded and all of this stuff. And it turns out she was just at an ex-boyfriend's house for 3.5 weeks. And she,
when you said she was branded, I was like, oh my God, was she playing volleyball with that?
But Keith Rear and Nixium, but then she was all into murder stuff, and she had read the Elizabeth Smart book, who was another girl that was kidnapped, and it was very Gone Girl. And then eventually, just this past year, they finally sentenced her to prison because this went people were they spent money on the search, all this stuff, and she was just at her ex-boyfriend's house 8 hours away. He had come and got her, and it wasn't even a sexual relationship. The guy was kind of oh, I've always wanted to help her out, and she said she was scared of her husband, and then the husband was a good guy, and she was texting with a bunch of other dudes behind his back, and this was a very blonde, pretty. It was really truly fascinating. I forgot all about the story.
I've never heard of this person.
Yeah, no, she wasn't on the Beauty and the Beast thing, so you wouldn't have. Like you,
Yeah, I have no. Honestly,
this would have been on the news.
He sounds like a better, more sane individual than the costume designer of. Okay, guys, please just go Google. Please Google the Beast costume of Josh Groban, and you will see it is a mix between a fucking. It's like the costume designers like had never heard of had never seen the original movie before, and they were like, "Hey, just so you know, a big part of the movie, like the big finale, it's like there's like a beast transformation." And he just said, "Okay, a beast transformer, got it," and made it. It's like Michael Bay like Beast mixed with. If anybody saw, so you're telling me you never. Getting back to the movie,
slow it down.
Because I am so passionate against I would be one of the people protesting outside of the studio. It was disgusting.
So go Google that. Do not Google Ryan Bailey anal, but Google what she had just said about the Beast transformation.
You're like, I don't want to give him any extra hits.
Yeah. Yeah, he's already getting hit enough. All in that patootia is. No, I am proud. No, I am proud of Ryan Bailey, the other Ryan. I am proud of him. Like, I'm glad he's making a go of it. Like, he's successful. He's like, any press is good press,
Yeah, and like it's a win for like Ryan Bailey's anywhere.
That's what I'm saying. That's Ryan Bailey's can be anything. Like, we can be soccer players, podcasters, top anal giver,
successful people. Like it's just you guys could be anything.
And then when you lose a Ryan Bailey, there's been a couple of obituaries where you'll lose one and you'll be like, we just took a hit today, because
I feel like you're just like, I was successful, one more crossed out. I just imagine you have one of those fucking boards, like a bunch of pictures of different Ryan Baileys, and then you have a giant Sharpie that you X out their faces.
Yeah, there was a couple of young Ryan Baileys over the years that found me on Facebook and were like, "Hey, I have the same name." And I was like, "I don't care." Like, I mean, okay.
And then you slit their throat with your pointy nipples, and then you get away in the darkness of night. No, you're telling me you never saw. This is actually a very good movie. So,
oh, really? Like Home Alone, the movie we're recapping today?
Listen, you chose to spend an hour on your tape penis, so I'm going to spend an hour. Also,
I forgot I told that story. Wow,
you're reading every. It wouldn't be so. You're reading every single line like you're doing the read through.
Well, now I can't. Well, don't worry, I'm not going to do that from here on out because we won't be able to finish the movie.
Joe Pesci enters.
Oh my God! Happy New Year's, everybody! We just hit New Year's Eve. Happy New. How did we get here already? This is going to be. We've already hit our 2023 content load on this podcast. Like, by the way, so I don't even have to record all of 2023 now because I'll just put out 5 minutes of this episode for the next 365 days. And we're going to be fine. We'll probably have.
You're just like in parentheses. Loud door smash. Joe Pesci looks stage right. You're reading every direction. So
I want people. I'm doing this for the blind. I'm doing this for the people that don't like. I'm really trying to walk.
You're clearly doing it for the blind people who can't leave iTunes reviews because that's what you're gonna fucking get.
I've already done. Listen, you're on. I've already accepted the reviews. It's going to be what it is. It's going to be what it is. I can't fight the direction the water is going at this point.
You've given yourself to the riptide.
Who's that girl that walked into the ocean and drowned herself?
The movie, you've never seen the movie Small Soldiers.
I love that. Like I've seen every like popular good movie, but you're like, you've never seen 1995 Small Soldiers.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. One of the fine acts of Phil Hartman is too good.
I have seen Small Soldiers or Super Soldiers.
Good movie. It's a funny movie. I guarantee a lot of baddies have seen it, and you are very prejudiced about good movies.
Yeah, no, I'm sure. Like it's like. Listen, there is a little bit of an age difference too, and a taste difference as well. Like there's between me and you, there's a difference there. And I think but I thought Home Alone would have been good middle ground because you love watching kids.
Oh, I thought you were going to say because you're the same age as Joe Pesci. And I'm like, maybe, I don't know. Like,
because you have similar hair as Daniel
I said no
Stern.
to Ryan's favorite Christmas movie, It's a Wonderful Life, and I'm just like, I'm sorry, Ryan, I didn't grow up in that time.
I do
don't
like.
know what
Wait,
you
wait.
guys are
I get
talking
that's. I
about.
get that's an age joke, but I do like that movie. And no, I was not alive when it came out. So
I do not understand how that is a Christmas classic.
because it makes you appreciate life, and that's what Christmas is about: family and friends, and looking back on your life and looking like what a wonderful life it is, even with all the pain.
I do not feel like that's what Christmas is about.
Well, it's really dependent on how you look at it. You also.
I do not feel like Christmas.
Well, I mean, if you do it right, that's what it's supposed to be about. I think you're so obsessed with getting the gifts. You're just loving, you just want to get the gifts. And it's very bratty. And you're not accepting the true meaning of Christmas in your heart. And it's like, you're a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
You are completely wrong.
Who would be your ghost of Christmas
very,
past? Would it be like Christmas Carol? Would it be Jamie Kennedy?
Bratty.
Would it be Jamie Kennedy of like, I tap on this door?
It's pronounced brats with a Z. Because that's primarily.
Okay, so you guys, this movie, Kevin. Okay, so these burglars run away. Kevin is now
please start the stage direction. What page of the script?
Cut to McAllister house. Kevin's like, this is.
You're like exterior.
Jesus God. I swear to God. Audio cue. Annabelle is quiet. Kevin says under the bed, this is ridiculous. Only a wimp would be hiding under a bed, and I can't be a wimp. I'm the man of the house. And we cut to outside. He goes,
have you seen the Man at the House?
Oh my God. Hey, I'm not afraid anymore. I said
line for line.
I said I'm not afraid anymore. Because this is an important line. Do you hear me? I'm not afraid anymore. And then old man Marley comes, and Kevin's standing right in front of him all of a sudden, and he has a shovel and his can of salt, and Kevin goes, and then screams and runs back and throws himself on the bed. It's a hysterical moment. It's historical too. You can say something.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I didn't know.
I can guarantee it. We will not be talking after this for a long time, until next Monday at least.
Have you seen the movie Man of the House? That's what I was asking.
I'm gonna fucking wait. Yes, that's another Phil Hartman movie, isn't it? Is that with Sinbad?
No, I'm pretty sure he's not in. No, Man of the House is. No. Oh, I was going to say with Tim Allen. No, Tim Allen is Jungle to Jungle. No, Man of the House is with Chevy Chase.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure because then they have the Everybody Dance Now sequence, which I remember.
Man of the House movie.
No, this does tie in, Ryan.
Oh, you're right. Chevy Chase.
Because the reason that Christopher Columbus, not the good Christopher Columbus, not the one who did a genocide,
the director,
Americans, the Christopher Columbus director directed this movie only because he was such a I'm pretty sure Christmas Vacation or he was set to direct some movie with Chevy Chase, and they were a few weeks into production, and because Chevy Chase is such like a notorious monster fucking asshole. Yeah. He was quitting the movie, and John Hughes called him and he was like, I have to get off of this movie. Sure, I'll direct this. And he switched. I swear
I totally believe you. No, that is very well known that Chevy Chase is a notorious asshole. And it's so sad because I grew up like with Vacation and Caddyshack, and like those were like huge movies. Like Christmas Vacation is my favorite holiday film. And like it sucks to know that guy's a jerk, you know?
It's just, I just feel if you're like a tall guy and you're funny, like, it's just like, what do you have to be upset about? Like, what do you have to be like mad about?
I agree with that. Like if I was 6'4", that's like having the ripped abs. You're like, oh, well, I'm 6'4". No matter what, I'm good, you know?
Like God has already blessed. Like, what are you that upset about?
Nothing. There's nothing you can be upset. Yeah. Anyway, so we go back to the movie. Kate is calling the police department, and she's like, I'm all of a sudden, I care about my son all of a sudden. I'm calling from Paris and our phones are out of order. And like, and then anyways, it's this cute little scene between Rose and this other guy of like, it sounds like you need family crisis intervention. And then we cut over to Larry. He's like, family crisis intervention, Sergeant Balzac. Balzac. Did you get it?
That sounds like something you would write for, like, if you were signing in for a substitute teacher.
No, I think that's absolutely what you wouldn't write. If you wouldn't be allowed around the kids if you said Sergeant Balzac.
No, if you were signing it, like when you had a like substitute teacher in class, and like
when you were signing in, I thought you meant when the substitute teacher signed in. I was like, that's not a good way to get asked back.
No, are you kidding? That's a great way to be asked back. Like, you'd be the student's like favorite person. Are you kidding?
Cool teacher, Annabelle's here again. Hey kids, you guys want me to buy you any White Claws? Oh, how did my boob?
Cool teacher.
Oh, I guess one of my boobs just popped out. Somebody's looking at you. Say hello to Miss Nipple. Anyways, this guy who plays Larry. He's a famous character actor. He played. You guys remember that season of Seinfeld where Jerry and George did a pilot called Seinfeld, or called Jerry, and he played Kramer, the guy that plays Larry in this. He played the character Kramer in the sitcom. He's a great character actor. No, I'm not joking. And George is like, why did you take the box of raisins? He's like, get out of my face, you little fat man. No, I'm telling you, it's a hysterical Seinfeld episode. Anyways, he's like, has the child been involved in a violent altercation with a drunk, injured, or mentally ill member of his immediate family? No. Has he involved in a household accident? I don't know. I hope not. And then they keep passing the phone back and forth. So it's just corporate bureaucracy at its best. The cops won't go check on this kid. That's what they're basically saying, right?
I would just be like, hey, I'm a rich white family in Chicago, and they're like, we're on our way. We've called 5 squad cars.
So,
but then like the cop goes to visit the house, and he knocks on the door because like Kevin's still pulling a take, and he's under the bed, and like the cop doesn't announce, like he knocks on the door, but he doesn't announce like, I'm a police officer.
Yeah, like, I feel like this
knocks on the door, and he's like, there's no answer. He's fine. Which I'm like, wouldn't you be like more concerned if there was no answer? Like,
this shows you a lot of the problems that Chicago's going through. I think it started right during Home Alone, was that this is like the kind of
I think that did set off the
this was because the cop could have tried to, like, cop goes, oh shit, all the lights are on, there's like some weird like vibe here. I mean, cops feel vibes, like, and I think he should have announced himself and potentially went in. I think if I was the mom, I would have been like, go in, there's a key under the mat in the back, go in.
It's not a great look for the police department, which they've never messed up before. So I'm just like,
this is unfair representation in this movie of the police force, I feel, because cops would have done the extra, they would have gone the extra mile here, and they just didn't. And it's sad that, and lucky that the kid doesn't, spoiler alert, doesn't die in this movie, because he came close many times.
No, he doesn't know. He doesn't come close to dying at all. He comes close to killing others maniacally.
That's what I'm saying. This has got to like fill this kid's ego with so much shit that he only, like I said in the earlier 14 episodes that we've released, this kid's got such an ego on him. The only way he can get off is now probably by making criminals pay. And like, this is like a different form of Batman that's being created here.
No, like I said, 10
like I said,
he is fucking a little baby Jigsaw. Mix Richie Rich with fucking Jigsaw. This is what this kid is. He's doing very elaborate setups to kill non-violent criminals. Like like they're not hurting anyone. They're not doing home invasions.
Well, listen.
He could have called the cops at any moment. The phones worked. He could have called the cops at any moment. He's like, no, instead, I'm going to torture these men.
Oh, here's a question I have. We haven't gotten to this scene yet because we're slow, very slow. The old man Marley, when they do become friends later in the movie, spoiler alert, why wouldn't he go, yo, can I use your phone?
Because he's fucking crazy.
I just thought of, why did I just think of that? Like, yo, like, hey, do you have a working phone?
Or like, when he ordered the pizza, like, hey, can I have a cheese pizza? Also, these two men are looking at me.
Oh my God. Wait a sec. How did he order the pizza if the phone lines are down?
Because the phone lines were working by then.
Wait, then why didn't the mom call the house?
Because I guess because they were calling their friends.
Because she
someone
thinks
at the house.
the phone lines are down, so she didn't even try. And by the way, why was she calling the neighbors? And Peter, the husband, later checks in with the neighbors. Why isn't he calling the house? If he's calling the neighbors, they're on the same phone line
Because he's
system.
doing the same thing of when you pretend like when somebody's coming at the elevator and you're like, I'm pressing the button. Oh, stop. Oh, stop. Oh, no, it doesn't work. He's like, oh, no, there's nobody at the house. Babe, let's just go back to like our fucking Paris, like fuck fest and like go. I'm like, listen, I figure it's like we have what 12 children. We've duggered it. I haven't wrapped it up at all. Like we're already across the country. He'll be fine for 72 hours. And you know what? If he's not, you know,
you think Nick Cannon watches this movie and he's like, I've got lots of crazy madcap adventures ahead of me. All you kids come here, come gather around your dad, all from different mothers. I want you to watch Home Alone with me. Nick Cannon would be a great dad in a Home Alone
more
movie.
like, I'm sure, like Old Man Marley, where he was like, I don't have a relationship with my son at all.
Yeah. Nick Cannon plays Old Man Marley in the reboot of this. He's just dragging a tin can up the street.
Like truly, Kevin is the villain of this movie. He tortures people elaborately. He loves to scare people. He's a terrible fucking tipper. Like he is.
It would be cool though. Like I like that Jigsaw idea if they updated it where it was like it was more realistic and gritty and scary, where he was like, and he uses a voice box changer and he's like, you have 5 minutes to solve this puzzle or your hand gets chopped off. And like it's like
what he does. I mean, it's like it'd be fine if like, all right, I'm gonna put some Legos under the window because everyone knows how much like if they step on that will hurt and will give me enough time to like, even though I could have used the phone anytime, I'll like have time to run out. But no, he's like, I'm going to have him step on a fucking rusty nail. So if the tetanus doesn't get him, the fucking blunt brain damage, like he is so fucking like a little psychopath. And it's just like it's the fact that then it's like he runs into like when he's like,
you know what would be great? You know what would be great is if what he should do then too is also at the end tell the cops of like they touched my privates to make them register on the sex, right? Like to be like really trying to ruin their lives even more, like forever. He's like, this one touched me.
All the times, listen, I'm a young kid. I look like Macaulay Culkin or anyone at any time. He's like, I'm in danger. You know where I'm going to go late at night? The church. This place is open. And he's like, I'm going to go here for safety. And then this old guy comes out, fucking Old Man Marley comes back and he's like, he sits in a pew. They're watching this choir, by the way. And he's like, I come here because, well, first he goes, there's a lot of things being said about me that aren't true. And I'm like, listen, if an old man comes over and he's like, the things that are being, they're not true at all. And then like, okay, dude, there's rumors going around. He's like, and then old man Martin's like, the reason I come here, it's the only place I can watch my granddaughter because I'm not allowed to see her.
And then he goes, she's very pretty. Look how pretty she is. Very pretty.
Like he's like, I'm in this pew because legally it's 150 feet away and they can't get old Marley.
I could really legitimately, and this is where I think we've gone so far for women of like breaking glass ceilings. I feel like you could do this scene someday. Like you'll do this scene in real life someday to a kid. You'll be like, I'm not talking to anybody in my life anymore, and I'm here at the church to watch this pretty young boy up there singing.
That's ridiculous. Obviously that could never happen. When I would walk in, the church would automatically burst into flames. So you could never even get that far.
The ultimate battle begins between God and Satan. Yeah.
It's just like, the only time I can see her is when I'm spying on her. My son, who won't let me near his daughter. So anyway, let me emotional dump on this 8-year-old. Right at any point, you'd be like, these two old men are after me. He's like, so my son and I don't talk anymore. So, but I'm just be like, dude, you guys, I can actually see why he doesn't talk.
We've skipped like 50 pages, which is fine, actually, the way we're going. But let me just real quick in between, though, tell you that we they're trying to get home. They're not going to
go back to the actual movie. We were just getting on what a monster this kid is.
No, because we're going to get there to that scene, and I want to read the entire scene of that scene. Anyways, Kevin now is grooming himself, and he's like, I took a shower, washing every part of my body with natural soap, including all my major crevices between my toes and in my belly button, which I never did before, but sort of enjoyed. I washed my hair with adult formula shampoo and used cream rinse. I can't find my toothbrush, so I'll pick one up today. Other than that, I'm in good shape. And then he puts on aftershave and goes, and that's by the way, did you see, I got to send you Maritza's image for this. It's hysterical.
Oh, she's always so incredible with
Yeah,
the
isn't she
image.
great?
Like
But
she is
you're
an
Joe
animated
Pesci and
kid.
I'm Marv, and I look like I have a rat on my head.
That's all I've ever wanted to be is
Yeah.
Joe Pesci. Uh,
Um. Anyways,
I
you go back into Buzz's room, and Buzz has a poster, by the way, of Ice Cube on his wall. Did you notice that?
know of.
Did you have posters on your wall growing up?
Oh yeah, Olive. It was all of like in sync. Like I literally had it from the top. Like there was not like one space of like white in my like I had completely collaged my room. It was like fucking like laces out Dan, but like in sync version of like Ace Ventura when he goes to that guy's house and it's like his room is completely dedicated to being obsessed with Dan Marino. Like it was completely all in sync, like everywhere. And I had like my JC like marionette puppet, and it was full on like Stan. Like
Was there an NSYNCer that you wouldn't mess with, where you're like, I won't put him on my wall, I don't like him? Was there one you didn't like?
Unfortunately, I had to put Justin on my wall because he was in almost every single picture because Tiger Beat and J14 were not, they could not see the true talent of that group, which was JC. But
I remember
just
New Kids on the Block. That was more like it was like Danny Wood was always the one the girls on my block didn't like. He was the bodybuilder one.
You mean Beach Boys?
No, the New Kids on the Block, when he was like, step by step. And then they were like, step 1, we can have lots of fun. Step 2, there's so much we can do. Step 3, it's just you. I need step 4. And it was Danny goes, I can give you more. Step 5. Yeah. And it was like, but Danny's was always like, he was like a little slower, but he was like the bodybuilder one of the group, you know?
Okay, wait. So it's, how did Donnie rank? How did Jenny McCarthy?
Donnie was the bad boy. Donnie was like me, but with singing, like bad boy of podcasting. He was the bad boy in the group. He was the one that was trying to push them to more rap roots. And I discovered Public Enemy through Donnie Wahlberg. No shit. I'm not even shitting. He used to wear a Public Enemy hat, and he would also wear this hat that said hardware, and it would have like a strip of metal that said hardware on it. And I was like, he's so cool. And like, I was like, that made, because all the girls on my street in Kansas love New Kids. And he kind of made it seem like, okay, well, this is kind of tough with Donnie in it. And I was like, Donnie's from the mean streets of Boston, and he's like a tough dude, and he's in it. So it must be okay to listen to. I'm a tough dude as well. So I was like, it's okay. But all the girls
run in the mean streets of Kansas.
Yeah. All the girls split up. Who, like Mary Mulcahy got Donnie Wahlberg. Rachel Beaker had Joey McIntyre.
Who did you have?
I didn't have any. I was just the dude that hung out with them. Daniel
You're like, I got their manager, Mark.
Daniel Markey had Jordan or Jonathan. I don't, one of the Knight brothers. And but they each would have their own separate poster in their room claiming their new kid.
How did they decide who got married? Did they play like MASH? How did they decide who like fought to the death over this? How did they figure it out?
I think it was like, that was actually one of the non-fights. Like everybody genuinely liked their person. But then I've never told this story. Actually, it was ZZ99 in Kansas, this radio station. And they did like a contest for 2 front row tickets to New Kids on the Block. And this was when I lived in Kansas, and we went to this like park or something, and you had to make all these signs, and we made all these signs, and there's video and audio of me going like, I love New Kids on the Block. And we won, or like the poster that won was like Danielle and Rachel, I think. But then Mary's mom, Mrs. Mulcahy, that was her official name, took us there, and she was the one that kind of spearheaded this whole thing. So I remember like I knew I was never going to go because there was only 2, and the girls, I was just there for the ride and the good tunes. And then Mary's mom told us on the way back of like, sorry girls, Mary's going, period. Like, even though it wasn't her sign that won. And she's like, this was our thing. We put this together, and sorry, Mary's going. And I remember going, oh shit. And like I was fine because I knew I wasn't going.
She was like one of those cheerleading moms who like took the other girls out, like
wait,
Lifetime movies.
No, Mary was a cheerleader.
I like that Ryan's like whispering, like she's out, like she's outside.
No. Mary's on. But by the way, this is wild. My street.
Like, don't worry, she's already dead.
My street, after I left, 2 of the girls on the street got pregnant when they were 17.
By you, and that's
no. But no, but Mary's still with her dude and they have a huge family now. And I mean, it worked out for them, but Rachel, like, I think there was like a couple, and Rachel was the one that I liked, and she got pregnant after I left, just like, and when I was there, they had never even thought about sex. Like that was never even a thing on the agenda. And like,
which is so weird because they were hanging out with you. So you think the only thing on their mind.
I exuded. And then after I left, the whole street like lit up. It must have been like a fuck fest on that street after I left,
Well, now that they could actually get turned on, they're like, now that Ryan left, we can actually.
Wow, men are attractive again. By the way, I was like 14. Like, I was. Anyways, he goes to Buzz's room. He gets Buzz's life savings.
More importantly, I want to hear about her trouble at home where you're like, oh, then they go really, really bad. So have you reached out?
If you really by the way, have you
reached out to her?
You guys should string the movie parts together like they do with like only the good scenes in Star Wars, and put one whole movie podcast together and then save all the, because that was a good story. Like that's a story that I've never told on the podcast before. That's brand new.
The thing is, I am more concerned about this than the stage directions.
It's too late. I mean, we can't go back and save, we can't go, I can't stop the pregnancies now, I don't mean like force stuff. I mean, like convince them to wait till marriage to have sex.
Yeah, you're like, I mean, I can't go back and shove my protest signs in their face.
The Rachel thing bummed me out though.
I was really good at signs. I was really good at making signs.
I had the biggest crush on Rachel. I bought her one of these. Remember when they used to sell like those 3-foot cards? And I bought her a 3-foot New Kids on the Block card. Like they were like 3 feet in height. They were really big cards. Like a greeting card, like happy this or something like, and it was a 3-foot New Kids on the Block card. I think I got it from like Spencer's Gifts.
Ooh, so you could have gotten her like fake vomit or like a South Park memorabilia.
I knew what I was trying to get. This is before South Park.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. This was way before Comedy Central. I forget. Okay. Yeah.
It was. I mean, it was. I'm not. Anyways,
I really could have gone parking with Rachel. I really that was my dream, and it didn't.
No, I mean, listen, I really did. When as a 13-year-old boy, I thought I was in love with Rachel Beaker, and I was everybody's friend. And that's why I think even in later, I'm so used to being,
I don't consider you a friend.
I don't believe me. After this, maybe like a mortal enemy. Two enemies coming together to barely piece together 100-minute movie.
So mad. I was like, you should watch this.
No, this will be great. This is great because you can track my frustration. The more it goes on, there will be nothing.
It's like the MTV show Boiling Points. You can see. I think that's.
By the way, I'm making 20 cents for every minute I survive with Annabelle. Yeah, that was the Boiling Points was so stupid on MTV because then at the end you get like you can either take the $40 or you can and it was always like low money. And I was all like, this is so dumb. Like you could make max like $60 because you stayed in a situation that was bad for 60 minutes.
I cannot tell you how many times I've been in horrible situations that are so insanely ridiculous where I'm just like, I wonder if I'm on one of those reboots of those shows. And so I try to stay as calm as I can because I'm like, maybe I can make some money. Maybe I'll get to meet, Dave Holmes, previous guest on So Bad It's Good. But I get out of that situation. I'm just like, oh no, that was just another horrible interaction with the human to add to my.
I think our ability to not learn from our past mistakes is pretty amazing. I mean, as personally me and you, but also as a society, that is I mean, I think I will stay in bad situations a lot longer than most people,
Well, I will just wait them. I will just keep going with them. I will just keep talking to these people, whatever it is. And then I just assume it will get better. And it doesn't.
Yeah, no, I mean, I at the end of my life, my funeral is going to just be people I don't like. It's going to be people that
I would love it if the famous Ryan Bailey comes and he's like, well, this is the guy who brought down all of my ratings. This is the guy who took some of my Google hits and
No, wait. I will say about, I know this is now we're just jumping topic, but Taurus, I told you I follow those Taurus Instagram accounts now, and I can't tell if the phone's listening to me and just making up memes of shit, because like they're becoming like this one Taurus thing said they're very open, but they'll keep their personal life personal, and they're very like, and I'm like, wow, that's kind of like me in a way.
But you are pretty private. Like you don't really share anything. You play things pretty close your tape's pretty close to the tip of your penis when it comes to what you share.
You know what I'm saying? It's I don't know. Anyways, do you think the phone is making memes based on like conversations or anything like that?
I definitely, obviously, like it definitely, like anything you search, then like that's all you see is like targeted ads for like that.
No, but I just say like it's just weird. Like, do you think like the phone is making Taurus specific memes and putting them in my face based on what I talk about?
It's so weird because I'm an Aries, and like I'm not getting to see targeted Taurus ads like about you.
No, you would get Aries ads. Like, does it like Aries like likes to go to parties with their horse? And you'd be like, this is so eerie. I just went to a party with my horse and I'm an Aries. Like, that's what I'm talking about.
No, right now I'm kind of like I had a horrific psychic reading like 2 days ago that I truly have not like recovered from.
Wait, why don't you lead? Wait, what happened at the psychic reading? Hey guys, by the way, the kid's fine. He gets out of it, blah, blah, blah. End of movie.
Oh no.
What happened to the psychic?
I truly like, okay, so this was like Nancy's like they're like, we don't know what to get you, so here's like this reading. I'm like, okay.
Wait, you knew this Wednesday when I talked to you. I said, what are they getting you for Christmas? You said you don't know.
I didn't know because like I didn't ask for anything. We're not really doing Christmas this year. Like I got.
So like, you found out Tyler Henry was available in the last since Wednesday.
Speaking of twink looking little boy, like little blondies, little porcelain blonde kids. I would love that. No, she was like, yeah, it's this Indian woman and it's going to be at like this yoga studio and that I used to teach at. Yeah. she's like, yeah. And she's like the real deal. And so, she was like suggested, she's like, you know, this might be a good idea for you to get for your girlfriends for Christmas, but I was thinking of getting one for you, but I didn't want to do like a Danny, or I didn't want to do like a Sheena with Danny on Vanderpump Rules when she was like, I got a psychic reading for you. And by the way, they're outside the door. And like Danny like freaked out and she's like, I don't want to talk to my dead mom, you know, like that. She's like, I don't want to have that situation with you. So I'm giving you like a heads
on
up
camera. Yeah.
And so, I went before work and I was like, I'm coming in late. I have a doctor's appointment. And I'm like, it's the last appointment I can get for the year because it was the last appointment I could get with this woman for the year. So I was like, you know, she's a doctor of sorts. She's a doctor of the universe.
Where do you is that an ASU? Where do you get the degree on that? Where is that?
I trust her more than I trust Dr. Oz. Like literally doctor, like the term doctor means nothing.
She is running for office in South Carolina. So
that honestly would be, she hasn't been like, she lives in Pennsylvania. She is running for office in South Carolina, which is basically what he did.
Oh wow.
Remember he like ran for office in a state he didn't fucking live in?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, and he like went around, he did like that.
Wait, back to the psychic. So you go to the psychic on 2 days ago. What did she tell you?
Nothing great. Like it was truly like,
what did she tell you bad?
Truly just like it was like being with one of the moms on Family Karma, and I love that show, but just like something I did not want to like encounter, because I'm just like, can't you just like lie to me like every other fucking psychic and just tell, you know, like just like lie to me. Instead she was just like, well, first she's like, I'm gonna interpret your like handwriting, so like write your name, like write your name. And I was like, okay. And she's like, okay, she's like, all right, you are clever. And I was like, oh, thanks. And she goes, you are not focused at all. And I'm like, okay.
Oh my God, I'm willing to put, can I get a sense? She's dead on. Like,
so I was just like, all right. She's like, okay, she's on the right track.
You haven't shaved your legs in months now.
And then I'm just like, whoa, this is scary. Are you my phone? Because this is completely.
Wait, what'd she say?
Yeah,
Honestly, what did she say?
No, she was just like, told me, she's like, now I'm going to like hold your, so she's like, all right, I'm going to like hold your hands. She's like, okay. She's like, do you have a partner? And I'm like, no. And she's like, are you in a relationship? And I was like, no. And she's like, is there anyone that, I was like, no. And I wanted to be like, aren't you supposed to know this? Or can't you tell this?
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, really? And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not. Or like, am I gonna? She goes, oh, you're a little old not to be. You're a little old not to be. And I was like, and she's like, aren't you like 39? I'm like, no. And she's like, not like there's anything wrong if you're 39 or not in a relationship and or both. But she was just like, oh, it's a little old. You really should be. And I'm like,
I don't believe she said this.
Literally on Cheeto's life, which I care about more than my own. On Cheeto's life, I swear. And I was just like, no, not.
And her next thing was like, Cheeto's gonna die this week. Yeah.
No, literally. Right. Listen, I'm still shaken. I am fucking. So she was just like, why aren't you in a relationship? And I wanted to be like, you tell me. I don't. And she's just like, it's, this would be the time. Why aren't you out dating or trying to be in a relationship? And I'm like, I don't know. I guess I know I'm scared. Can you just tell me when I'm going to meet like a rich man or just like a man or a rich woman? I don't care at this point. Can
She's
you
like, look around, Toots. We're in South Carolina.
She was just like, she really like age shamed me. And then I'm just like, like, I don't know. She's like, well, you're hiding here. Basically, it's like she talked to you and Cynthia like right before this fucking reading. And I really don't even think she was a psychic, actually, after having this entire session with her. Because it was just like she talked to Cynthia, my therapist.
Did she say if you'd ever finished the movie Home Alone?
No, she said I died before then. She said my partner in it would kill himself. He'd die of old age. No, she was just like, well, when are you going to go back to Los Angeles and like live your life? And I'm like, well,
did you tell her anything about Los Angeles or did she see that?
I said, she was like, no, she was like, what's your first question? And I'm just like, all my stuff still lives in LA. I came here not expecting to still be here. It was supposed to be like 2 weeks. And then I got into like what I'm into now. And I would have to move back like without my animals. And that really, that's like what gives me like my joy.
Purpose,
I just don't know like what I'm doing with my life. And she's just like, well, you can't stay here for your animals. And I'm like, well, I know, it's just like, I was really depressed and like, this is like, it's really like helped me a lot. And she's like, yeah, it's helped you. But just so you know, your animals are going to be dead. And then you will have wasted that much time and your youth and your animals are going to be dead and you'll still be alone. And I'm like, whoa, fucking truth. Whoa.
Are you sure? Wait. Are you sure this isn't your therapist? Like this feels like.
I'm not saying it in the Indian accent that she said it in.
But this doesn't feel like a psychic. This doesn't feel like a psychic.
It was like, whoa, lady. Like,
did you ask her, did you see this in a vision or are you just telling me what you would tell anybody?
Like, she was just like, you can't, because like Cynthia keeps saying, she's like, you can't just like, live in Aiken because of like your horses. And I'm like, I don't know. It's just like, when people are like, when somebody like gives up their dog or whatever, and they're like, how could anyone give up their dog? Or how could anyone move without their animals? Like, how could you even do that? And
I understand that.
Like, completely understand that. Yeah. Like, trust me, I did not plan on this, but it's like, I'm going to move. Like, it would just be like moving back to nothing with like no one like there and like not having my animals where I'm just like, ooh, as somebody who has like enough problem with depression anyway, and then going back, but like for her to be like, so just so you know, you're at the age where you should be in a relationship already. And you're just going to like stay here for like, you're just going to stay here for your animals or whatever you're going to do for your animals. No, eventually they'll be dead and you'll have spent that time and spent spend all of those years, and you'll still be alone. And I was just like, I literally, a fucking doctor's appointment.
Did she go, burn,
like colonoscopy with no like drugs or not, like literally anything. If I had, like, she butt fucked me. She fucking pulled a successful Ryan Bailey on me. She butt fucked me so fucking hard. It was like through my mouth, like came out, like it was one of the most painful.
She shit talked you so bad you thought of dating her.
I just so now I'm also in love with somebody who's negging me. Like it was just
but at the same time,
it was.
But it.
Like,
yeah, I get that, but at the same time, she's a psychic in South Carolina. Like, it's not like, give me a break. I think we can say enough bad things just even hearing that, you know, she's probably not on the right path.
Be like a psychic.
Watch your horses, by the way.
Just like fucking lie to me. Say fake positive things that are going to happen to me so that then I can be.
Wait. Did she at least say one positive thing? One.
No, like truly, no. She like said she's like you're protected, and I'm like by what? Big pharma? Okay, semi. Like I it was truly like she's like your lucky numbers are 8, 4, and 7. I'm like great, because I wanted to be like, listen, lady.
She goes, and also that's how old you're gonna be when these animals die and you start your life. 847.
And she also told me I'm not Broadway bound, so it was a pretty horrible day, Ryan. Like,
but she did agree the Beauty and the Beast remake was.
It was the only thing that I'm like, I accept that. It was Ryan. It was terrible. Like, it was truly terrible. And she was.
But honestly, put that aside. I mean, who cares? I mean, honestly, who the fuck cares about what this?
On Cheetos, like, she then asked me. She goes, "You don't want to be a spinster, do you?" And I'm like.
I'm going to stop you. Spinster's not even a word anymore.
I could have just read like internet comments. Okay. Like I don't have to like pay like $100 to come see you. Like I just like. Well,
to be fair, your mom supposedly did that with the Christmas gift, right?
That's true. So now she owes me $100, and also like.
Wait. What if your mom paid some like random stranger to act like they're a psychic and your mom's trying to get you to move. She's like, yeah, tell her this, and this.
Parents really just want you to be independent, and you don't want to be this age and like living with your parents. And this is the age where people are married and have children. Don't you want to have that? And I'm like, I've never wanted to have children ever, so that's not.
Which, by the way, is completely fine and totally normal.
Like, and she's just like, well, the person you're with might want to. And I'm like, okay, then that's not going to be my person, because that's just not something I've ever like wanted, which is fine. This world is good without more people.
And at this point, do you think even Trump's going to want to have another kid? And the virility on this man is like, is it even going to be working at the time you guys end up together? I mean, like, it doesn't, Oh my God. I know. Oh, this is like, me and Jamie Kennedy's daughter. Like, are you really want to go around saying that? Like,
oh my God, talk about having a fucking gaping asshole and like being fucked like Brian, like that, like the porn star.
Wait, where are you? Where
oh my God, if I had sex with Jamie Kennedy, I would be.
Oh yeah, if you guys are just tuning in, she's told us in other episodes that Jamie Kennedy is packing, as the psychic has told Annabelle to do to get back to LA.
It's like, besides like her being accurate about him having a giant fucking hog, it was just like spinster advice, like so offensive.
At the end, did she say Happy Holidays, Merry Christmas? What'd she say at the end?
And she's just like, do you have WhatsApp? You can always text me with questions. And I'm like, okay. Like, I just. And yeah, so
Annabelle,
I mean, her like,
listen.
You could, she still hasn't answered my WhatsApps.
You could come back tomorrow if you want. Like, it doesn't matter what some goofy person said that your mom paid $100 to. Like, it honestly doesn't. Like, it just doesn't. This is why I don't go to psychics. This is why I've never done a psychic. Like, I don't think I've done a psychic.
Still shaken. I'm sure you've wanted to do a psychic at some point.
Oh, is that a poor joke? Because I'm poor?
No,
I'm sure you would have wanted to go to a psychic.
No, that was a puka shell necklace of I'm sure you wanted to do is no, it was a dumb sex joke of another girl that you you did not make it with. So it was another hermit crab shell joke. Actually, no, I'm not such an elitist that I'm making fun of your poor thing. And I didn't even bring up that you probably couldn't even afford a puka shell necklace because I'm too.
No, I got the puka shell necklace in Hawaii. My parents bought it. Was when I was like 13.
No, you definitely can because Nancy and I are both high end or whatever's the top Patreon thing of your Patreon.
Do a show with me? You paid for the do a show with me? You're doing a show with me. Why'd you pay for that level?
Well, that was my other Christmas present, Ryan.
Yeah, your mom's like, well,
I'm getting my fucking all of my
I just got a check for $30,000 from your mom. I'm supposed to podcast with you for the rest of my life now. I'm by the way, this counts as 30,000 of those dollars right now. Hey, you guys, you know what I'm about to do? Back to the film.
I'm sorry, you should delete all of this. Just so
no. This is unfortunately, no, we are open with people, and this is good. This is healthy, and there was nothing said bad. Anyways, Marv and Harry are still trying to get this little kid, and they're back in the McAllisters, and he's like, "Silver tuna tonight, Harry." Anyways, Kevin's at the grocery store, and this little bastard is like, "Is this toothbrush approved by the American Dental Association?" To the cashier, she's like, "I don't know." She's like, "Can you please find out?" And I'm like, "Kevin." And the cashier's also,
what little kid, I think that was one of the most unrealistic parts of this movie is like, what little kid is like, I get this, but like wants to brush its teeth.
Well, it's showing that the kid is being responsible for himself now. He's starting to do what his parents told him to do.
I like flossing and doing my.
The psychic lady was like, "Brush your teeth more. Maybe you'll get a man." I can smell you. I can smell you from down the road. 847. All of a sudden, old man Marley comes up and he slams. She's like,
"Why don't you at least use your husband's toothbrush?" Oh wait, you don't have one. This is why you should also just lie to kids. Like when he's like, "Is this ADA proof?" I lie to kids all the time.
I do lie to kids. You're not a kid. You're very old. I don't know why I've given her an old lady voice. I gave her a guy, a Connie's voice.
No, she wasn't an old lady.
Old man Marley slams his hand on the counter as Kevin is there. This old man Marley is really scary as fuck. And Kevin backs away with the toothbrush and she's like, "Hon, you got to pay for it."
Wrapped hand. That's why his hand is there's a bloody spot. It's fucking.
There was stigmata on his hand. Yeah.
It's perfectly
By the way, it would be great if
rag with a fucking old rag wrapped around it. He just slams it down, which I'm like, dude, if you're already bleeding, you have this old fucking nasty rag. He's like, "I'm gonna slam it down on this public countertop."
It would be great if deleted scenes of this movie were old man Marley adjacent, where he was he was self-harming. He was like, "Oh, no family. Stick the knife in deeper," and he's cutting up his hands and stuff.
And I'm just